For young artists coming up today, there is not a single influence bigger than the internet. With access to social media, not only are we forced to cooperate with the needs of the algorithms, but we are influenced every day by new trends, styles, and artists. This influence can be negative, but the overwhelming impact of the internet is actually positive. Thanks to it, we have access to hundreds of thousands of fresh ideas, innovative art, and curious minds. Thanks to this influence, we can move through the world faster than ever before. If we can learn to overcome the negative effects of the internet, we will be able to overtake the artists on the rise and cement our own spot at the top. Many creators focus on the negative impact of the internet, and while there is a major negative influence on the new world's culture and information, there is also a brand new opportunity for young artists to find their way through. The new wave of artists that can overcome the risks and use the internet to their advantage will come out on top. Artists like Che, Netspend, or 2Hollis, even sort of mainstream artists like JPEG Mafia, Charlie XCX, and Kanye West. The artists at the top know that if they aren't kept up to date with current trends, they will fall behind. Not only are they tapped into the movement of the art world, but are receiving new information every single day. They update their minds faster than the world, and because of it, they can create new waves, innovate, and inspire each coming generation. They are able to move faster than the speed of the world, and because of it, they shape culture.
I'm 10 years ahead mentally, and I'm trapped in today's time. And every now and then I crack you a smile for 2013, but I'm cracking you a frown for 2023. And I'm focused on what it's gonna be.
Many artists trying to make it today are stuck trying to negate the risks of the internet. They spend time worrying about their screen time, trying to make sure they create more than they consume. All these rules are lies. The best artists consume as much information as possible because they know a single piece of information or even inspiration can give them a new edge. As soon as they stop their momentum by worrying about their bad habits or flaws, they slow down and fall behind, rather than making these things work for them and push them forward. The thing is, so many of us just aren't aware of the positives that the internet has brought into our lives. I know this video can be received as kind of out there or ignorant, but I feel like this is important to bring us back to the middle. If you grew up with the internet, chances are you are smarter than most. You have more insight, wisdom, and are just in general tapped in with the current waves and talking points. That is a very great thing to have. It's what bases your art in reality. It's what lets you even make an impact in the first place. The more we keep up to date with what's going on in the world, the better we can serve our audience, and the higher chance we have of making a serious dent in the world with our great work. The internet gives each one of us a major advantage, simply because we are able to develop our taste and intuition at a much faster rate than ever before. Because of the information combined with access to thousands of movies, shows, albums, we can work our way through all the material much faster, knowing what work is the best, what we will like, and what pushes the boundaries of our personal taste. You could never do that before. Previous generations had to buy each CD, go to the theater or the library. Whatever your natural taste is, it can be refined, amplified, and developed at a much faster rate than ever. But if we don't learn how to overcome the negatives, there will be a heavy price to pay. And to be honest, the negatives usually work themselves out over time. Most of it is our own desire. We want to let the internet take over our lives as a cop-out. We want something to be an invasive force over our lives and our creativity because it makes us feel special. It makes us feel like we have this huge battle to overcome, so we can ignore our pressing desire to make art. The greatest artists of all time know how to take these weaknesses and work with them. They know how to show up despite their flaws, simply because their desire to create and innovate is so strong that it breaks everything else down in their path. There's nothing in their way because they have the world on their shoulders. Any distraction, anything taking them away from their art and their focus gets obliterated. And while it is true that it takes time to build skills and get into the right zone for creation and elevation, the internet only works to aid us in this process. Thanks again to the information, we are able to move faster through our different moods, we are able to master our minds, and as a reaction, we are able to master our environments and the world, all thanks to the very thing we perceive as a flaw. As the years go by, our taste is strengthened. The opportunities we are able to perceive is sharper, and year by year, we are able to hone in on the tasks that will take us the furthest. Because of this newfound taste, podcasts, interviews, streams, they all give us a way to acquire an ethic that creates our success. We acquire it through osmosis, and the more time we shadow our favorite artists is more time that we will be at the top of our game. But none of this would be possible without a desire to succeed at any cost. If we get stuck with low self-worth and a fear of our success, we'll never overcome the obstacles blocking our path, because frankly, we want them to be there. Anything that keeps us away from our goals becomes a good thing for us, because it means we can slack off, stay away from the pressure and difficulty that comes with progress. Not understanding how fun and how easy it can really be. With desire, anything is possible, but with fear, anything that happens to us and anything in our environment can be used as a moment of struggle, forever delaying our goals and forever keeping us stuck in the scenario we say that we don't want to be in. We're lying to ourselves. Secretly, we like it. The actual negative effects of the internet are mostly psychological. They take you out of reality and sweep your foundation out from under you. That foundation being an actual connection to real life. It makes you confused, misunderstand things, take things too literally, or become too sensitive. It makes you more individualistic, and it even drastically changes your identity. I can go on, but the main point here is that we need to be able to understand what's going on in our minds. We need to be able to put as much into words as possible. And writing helps with this a lot. Just writing whatever comes to your mind can help you document not just your journey, but your mind and your thought process. Later, you can look back on what you wrote and see the holes in your thinking, what needs to be improved, and what isn't aligning with reality. Because this is the way to get back into a positive balance with the internet and your connection to the world. Understanding yourself, understanding your mind, and having a check-in with reality. If we can conquer our minds, we can make a lot of progress, overcome the negative aspects of the internet, and take full advantage of the speed it gives us in our lives and our work. The internet has opened up amazing doors of opportunity for our art careers. While that often gets perceived as a negative, thanks to content, the speed with which we can move towards our goals is heightened. Thanks to content, we can develop our taste, strengthen our minds, and learn faster than ever. But with speed comes strength, and some people try as hard as they possibly can to deny themselves that power. Frankly, you deserve it. Anything fake, any appearances you have to keep up are exhausting. It burns you out. Might as well take the plunge and get to the real work that you really need to do. If you're worried about whether or not you'll make it, chances are you're playing the wrong game. Maybe some variables need to be realigned, but when you're doing something you genuinely care about, sure, there will be struggles, and yes, there will be moments you're unsure, but these things are temporary. When you're committed to your goals, over time, things start to move faster than ever. You'll be on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure of difficulty, but it will be easy. You don't have to try. Just showing up is all you need here, and once you get the ball rolling, you will see how easy it all is.